Hi guys! Andor Season 1 has come to an end today, and I am so excited to dive into this series with you guys. Now, there will be spoilers sprinkled throughout the review, so if you have not seen it yet, don't spoil yourself. Come back later, and you can watch it then. But seriously, from the beginning, I was like, oh, this is peak Star Wars. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, you probably know my favorite Star Wars movie of all time is Rogue One. It just is. I love that movie. I love what it represents. And I love just how it's about the people. And that really is what Andor is about. This is literally the building of a rebellion. We're seeing the things that came into this and made it just, oh, we're going to fight back because the Empire sucks. That's like the overall gist of it. But for real, this has just been a great down on Earth planets, I guess, down to Earth type series. It's so good. It's peak Star Wars. It's amazing. There's some incredible fights. Yes, there are some slow moments, but they build up for something incredibly powerful. Now, early on, we got to see the taking of the garrison. That was insane. They're fighting. All that stuff, like, that had some incredible visuals. Like, honestly, this entire series has had some incredible visuals. We also got a new droid to absolutely fall in love with. B2 Emo is like my favorite, and even like I had some tears shedding for him in the finale as well. He's alive, don't worry guys, but it looked like maybe it was touch and go there for a second, but just the end of, let's just cut right to it. The end of the finale, we have B2 Emo, Bix, and some of the other Cassian's acquaintances and friends get on a ship, and he sends them off of Ferrix, right? I was shocked that he didn't go with them. At the same time, I should have known because, like, we know where Rogue One goes. Now, we're only, like, about, I think there's probably 4 years left. I think this has been about a year. Actually, it's probably only been a few months. But I think I think Tony Gilroy said that the first season was a year, and then you see the 4 years leading up to Rogue One in season 2. So things have been moving fairly quickly. And now we know where Cassian is going to end up in 4 years. We know where he's going to end up in Rogue One. So I should have known he wasn't going to go with them. But still him saying, oh, I'll find you. And Bix being like, he'll find us. And B2 Emo being like, oh, you always say this. And you can always count on me, blah, blah, blah. Like, that stuff was so cute. I loved it. I thought it was very touching. But what I love about this is that it leaves you on a cliffhanger. We know what's going to happen, and it still feels intense. That's something this entire season has been able to do. People who know Rogue One, people who know Star Wars, know where this ends up. So why are we on the edge of our seats, moment to moment, wondering what's going to happen, how it's going to play out? How do these still feel like high stakes? And that is just in the brilliance of the writing. That is what is so great about this series, is it feels like high stakes. It feels like we don't know what's going to happen next. Sure, we know how it's all going to play out, but we don't know how Cassian gets there. We are going to hopefully end right at the beginning of Rogue One. I really think we will. I'm ready for K2SO to come about. I felt like we got teased with him a little bit too much this season. I was really, really waiting for it. I know we'll get him eventually, but man, I thought for a hot second when Cassian was imprisoned that we were going to get him, but no, we just had to watch him make his units and never be K2SO, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually. But seriously, overall, I just felt like there was a lot of action. And yes, slow moments, political moments. But we're getting to see how Cassian Andor became who he is in Rogue One. Well, at the same time, seeing a lot of other stuff. Now, I'm not going to lie. At the beginning, I was like, okay, Mon Mothma, like, I don't care that much. Like, I care, but, like, her story was very slow. And it felt like there wasn't going to be payoff. Well, we got the payoff in this episode. Now, I do think it's kind of gross that her friend's all like, hey, you want to introduce your 13-year-old daughter or 12, almost 13-year-old daughter to my son, and let's make them get together and have babies. Like, ew, gross. I know that's not how they said it, but that's how it felt to me. I did not like that. And the fact that she's being forced to do that in the finale was a little like crazy, but I understand how everything is coming together, and it's entertaining and it's interesting. I love it. She's totally setting her husband up to take the fall for why her funds have been, well, going to the rebellion, but now they're going to think going to gambling. I mean, there's so much here. The monologues in this just the entire series have been absolutely incredible. 2 phenomenal monologues just in the season finale. Not only do we get Nemec, who, oh, poor Nemec, I was so sad when he passed away. I was so upset because he's so good, but he lives on and he is able to inspire Cassian in the finale. I thought that was great, the way they played his monologue over everything. And then, of course, we also had, again, someone coming from beyond the grave to deliver an incredible, inspiring, powerful monologue. We've got Marva, who died. Oh, when she died, I was very upset. I cried. I shed some tears. But that is what set up for everyone coming to Ferrix for this big, epic finale. And her hologram that came through a B2 emo, and the fact that she just inspired a rebellion. She was like, yo, the Empire sucks. Let's fight them. Not in so many words. She said, like, the Empire is a disease and a bunch of other stuff. But basically, she's like, I would have fought. I will fight again. I will get up early and fight. Like, come on. And the fact that she turned her funeral into a insane, like, massive, like, battle, fight, whatever, rebellion, rise up, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I saw someone at one point literally grab her stone and, like, beat someone with it. So it's like, yes, you are a part of this rebellion, Marva. You have helped to inspire this. And I thought that was great. You know, we've got that little, like, homemade bomb that just starts something. It's just, this is the ignition of the rebellion. And I think it's so great to get to witness it on the ground level. And that is why Andor works so good. This is peak Star Wars. It is phenomenal. It is not all about lightsabers. And I mean, listen, I love lightsabers and Jedi as much as the next person, but this is the ground level stuff. And it's so, so good. You guys let me know what you thought of Andor down below in the comments. I cannot wait for season 2. That little tease of the Death Star in the post-credits was like, I mean, overall, I give this series a 4.5 out of 5. I think it was phenomenal. There's some missteps. There's sometimes it's a little slow. But I mean, overall, it's so good and it's so important for the future and what we know is coming. And yet it still feels high stakes. I can't get over the fact that I know what's gonna happen. Don't know how it's gonna play out, but I know it's gonna happen. And I'm on the edge of my seat nearly every flipping episode. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. You can also check me out at mamasgeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.